name is Akitade Oladuni Ajoke. Welcome to Talk to the Next Show. It's your choice, it's our choice. But before I introduce my guest, I'll quickly go on a short break. I'll be right back. Here with me in the studio is Prince Adekanle Jam. He's a politician in Ondo State. He's also the CEO of JAF Care Foundation and also the CEO of Savannah News Corporation in Canada. You're welcome to the show, sir.
It's my pleasure.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm very okay.
And how are you coping with this Nigerian weather and all that?
Fine. Nigeria is my country, and I'm used to it. Just I'm a tomboy, so I adapt to any weather. So Nigeria is my home. Yeah.
You're welcome once again, sir.
Thank you very much.
So tell us, who is Jimmy Jam? That name, Jimmy Jam.
Yeah. The name Olujimi Adekanle Lijoka. That is my name, actually. The JAF is coined out of my foundation. That is Jimmy Adekanle Foundation.
Okay.
And so people start using that acronym of JAF. So I'm more popular with that name, actually, with JAF, than my real name, which is Prince Olujimi Adekanle Lijoka. So the JAF is all about my foundation. You know, I have a foundation which I've been doing even before I left the shores of this country. I've been doing the foundation, and then it has been in existence since 2010. We have been providing for the people, most especially people living with disability. You know, I make it as a point of responsibility to at least give out a wheelchair, one every month. And I've been doing that for the past 10 years.
I don't know how I'm going to address you. Are you a politician or you want to become a politician?
Well, I don't really see myself as a politician. I am a political activist. Though I have an affiliation to a party, which is APC. But I am a political activist in the sense that sometimes I criticize my own party. Because all I'm after is for the welfare bill of the people. So sometimes I go, if my own party is not doing the right thing, I criticize them. Unlike the conventional party members that just go with the party, they do what the party do. Sometimes, look, most times if they're not doing the right thing, I'll come out and say, look, this thing is not the right thing. In all cases, I'm with the masses, irrespective of the party. And the masses come first before my party. That's why I said I'm a political activist.
So what are some of the biggest challenges you're facing in your constituency and how do you plan to address them?
Yeah, my biggest challenge, as I told you, is because I'm not the conventional politician that comes to lie to them and all this stuff. And as a political activist, I still criticize my own members who are in positions, who are not doing the right thing. So my main challenges is that they are looking at me as not a game player. I'm talking about at the party level, because I'm always saying the things how it's ought to be. And my greatest challenge is that I'm not that kind of the normal conventional politician. I don't lie. I don't care if you like it or not. I will tell you the way it is. But you know, most politicians, they'll come with sweet tongue to lie to you and do this. I don't do that. And traveling out again, now shaping my thinking about delivering of dividend of democracy. Is shaping it. Because I have dined and wined with the high and mighty in Canada, up to the Prime Minister, ministers, and I see how they behave I see how they operate. I see how they relate with people. They are not the conventional type of politician we see here that will be occupying little office and they will see themselves as a thing God. They live by example over there. The people in power live by example, unlike back home here in Nigeria, where they want the masses to lead by example. Understand? For instance, let me give you an example. If I go to park my car where the disabled are to be parking, every car park, every mall, whatever, has is a mark where you can park. They have a car park for disabled. This is meant for disabled only. You will see they will draw wheelchair and whatever there. That means this one is for the people with disability. If I go to park there, understand? Like in Canada, my fine is $400.
Wow.
Yes. But if a minister or a political office holder or the prime minister, who is just like the president in Nigeria, in Canada, commit the same offense of parking in that same spot, his own sanction will be more than my own.
Wow.
Because they expect him to lead by example. In fact, it can even cost him his seat. Yes, for doing that. It can cost him his seat. So, you now see people in power, in positions over there, they live a very, very conscious life. They know they're holding the position. They know they are the one making the laws, and they will never break it. Understand? There's some instance where I was going to work in the morning, and I queued to buy my coffee, and behold, the minister of education was behind me. She was behind me. I mean, on the queue.
You can't try that.
No, of course, she was behind me on the queue to buy her own coffee. He dare not jump the line. She dare not jump the line. It will cost him her job. So there, they have conscience. There, they have commitment. There, they know that they are the servant. They are public servant. They are not leaders. They are not rulers. They are public servant of the people, unlike what is entailed here. And that is the problem people like us are having, because I haven't up with my own idea and haven't stayed over there. When I come back home, I'm expecting everybody to behave that way. And that's one of my major challenges here. But I'm very sure as time goes on, we'll get there.
Now, how do you think the current political climate is affecting the country? What do you think can be contributed to it? That would shape everything to
You see, as I told you, naturally, our cultural orientation back here in Nigeria, is different. And the species we are here, our own species, the type of human being we are, right, is inborn in us, the characters we are exhibiting. So to take time for us to get out of that roots. Understand? We have this idea of show off. Idea of I want people to know I'm here. But over there nobody cares who you are. Nobody wants to know who you are. Either the minister, nobody knows, want to care about you. Ministers join the train. Minister check to his office. Nobody cares. But that boils down to the society we find ourselves in. Because the rate of kidnapping in Nigeria here, the rate of thuggery here, the rate of criminality will not allow a public office holder to behave the same way over there. So you can imagine a governor just trekking, or a minister just trekking, or because if you see if the minister has no convoy abroad, no minister has a convoy. No minister, put me anywhere, has a convoy. They go on their own vehicle. Understand? But if you try that here, you know what will happen.
Of course. Yeah. Now back to Ondo State's governorship election. I will just add of recent.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Because I know you are very close to His Excellency.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now, as one of the counterparts of His Excellency
Yeah.
in Ondo State,
Yeah.
and you were being given a position, what do you think you can contribute to the development of Ondo State?
Well, in the first place, I'm not aspiring to have a position in Ondo State.
Okay.
But to answer your question, if I'm being given a position as a citizen, as an indigenous of Ondo State, mine is to bring my experience that I've gathered globally.
And you think it's going to be that easy?
Yes, I'm telling you, it's like it has to start from somewhere. It has to start from somewhere. I've been in the UK, I've been in the US, I've been in other countries. I'm staying now for years in Canada. So my expertise should be in use for the benefit of my people. I know it won't be easy, but we have to try. I know it won't be easy, but one has to try as more. You have to try what you could for the betterment of the people. The people deserve a better representation. They deserve a better governance. Understand? But as I told you earlier, our orientation is our orientation. Look, let me tell you, for instance, you enter a conventional Nigerian's house. He has a G-Wagon parked. He has a Rolls Royce parked. He has a Range Rover parked. And sometimes for 6 months or 3 months, you may not take out that G-Wagon to anywhere. It's just a status symbol that people just come in and say, oh, this man has a G-Wagon in his garage.
Just
like
he
has a Rolls Royce in his garage. Yeah, they just want to, But I have 1 or 2 ministers in Canada who are my friends. They have only 1 car. 1 car for themselves, 1 car for the wife. They don't even care, even their homes, even where they live. There's nothing spectacular about it. Nothing. But here you want to see one person want to have a mansion of 10 bedroom. High rising. Status symbol. We want to show off. That's why I told you that our cultural orientation has to be checked.
But do you think it's sorry for cutting you short, but do you think it's show off or greed?
Well, I won't say, you see, it's both. But the show off status symbol is the in thing that everybody want to know, everybody to know me, who I am. I have this, I have that. But the white people, they don't think that way. No. They don't. You can't, if you see the wastage to manage our government here, one individual is having about 20 policemen. These are the issues. The 20 policemen that are supposed to be spread to take care of other masses is concentrated on only 1 person. Some even have up to 30 policemen to 1 individual to 1 family. This cannot happen abroad. No. It can't. Even the prime minister, but do you know the reason? Because they have a fortified society. In every street in Canada, in every hamlet, there is the presence of police men. And at every punching of your 911, you are sure that within 3 minutes, more than 5-6 policemen are there for you. So, in that aspect, you don't need any policeman, any security around you. When you are sure that when you punch your 911 in less than 3 minutes, they are there. If you punch 911 today in Canada, in Toronto or whatever, you punch 911 in less than 5 minutes, you will see detachment of police, maybe about 8 vehicles, will rush there to rescue you in whatever situation you are. which we don't have.
Yeah. We don't have security.
We don't have that here, no
Yes,
security here.
yes.
That is the reason why you see the big men who value their own life more than anybody. You see them with security all the time. But because the society over there is fortified, society over there is fortified, you cannot do anything and go away with it because there is camera everywhere. They are watching you. Everything is digitalized, which you don't have. That is the reason why we are having high cost of governance in Nigeria. Because if you see the strength of our policemen that are attached to private individuals, they are 60% of all the policemen we have. So the remaining 40% of the police they have nothing to do among 200 million Nigerians. That is why we have insecurity. And that's why we have the high cost of governance. So you can see. So changing Nigeria is a hurricane task. Very hurricane task because it is embedded in our DNA. Let me use that word.
DNA?
Yeah, because it's part of us.
And do you know some people in abroad say we are used to suffering in Nigeria?
Well, I wouldn't say used to suffering. It's part of our life.
Suffering?
Yeah, I mean, if I say suffering or if I say struggle, it's part of us.
This present Nigeria now.
Yeah.
This is not struggling. It's not. It doesn't. This one has nothing to do.
You see.
Struggling.
You see.
This is suffering.
I know where you're going to. Let me tell you. I know where you're heading to. The issue on ground in Nigeria is, I know, everybody knows that it's not an easy task. People are suffering, for sure.
Yes.
But that suffering you are saying is all about our lavishness. Far back. The lavishness far back, right from the Gowon regime, when Gowon went to the UK and said, our problem is not money, but how to spend it.
Wow.
Yes. That was our problem. So the man here, now, I'm referring to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is only taking the bull by the horn. For us to suffer for a while and get to the promised land of enjoyment.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm telling you the fact. Look, if I want to break it down for you, I'll give it to you. When Nigeria needs to save, when Nigeria needs to develop, we refuse. They don't. They didn't. All what they were doing was to spend. Do you know that the Malaysians, Malaysia came here to pick our seedlings, the oil palm seedlings. Here, it was booming there. The time I told you that Gowon said our problem is not the money, it's how to spend it, was because we have the granite pyramid from the north, which we export. Was because we have the palm oil from the east, which we export. Was because we have the cocoa from the west, which we export. Right? And all this I've told you, all these products are foreign exchange earners. We send them abroad, we bring in the dollar. And with that, our naira very respected globally. But today, do you have anything to export? Not. Where's the granite pyramid? It's gone. Where is the palm oil? In the east, it's gone. Where is the cocoa? As I was saying earlier, the Malaysians came and studied our palm oil because we have the best palm oil in the world.
Wow.
This Ego Pupa.
Yes.
They came and studied it and picked the seedlings. Here. The seeds went back to Malaysia. Yes. Today, Malaysia is the highest exporter of palm oil.
Wow. Yeah, what you just said now, that reminds me. Because I know we have that too in Ondo State, especially in Adekanle.
Yeah, we have it.
Yes. And there's this thing I wanted to ask. There has not been light for the past 15 years in Adekanle now. How do you think those people are producing their palm oil? How do they go about their business? And what do you think can be done to that in this regime?
Well, the issue of light
Oh,
in the Ondo South,
yes.
without praising myself, I was one of the people that came out, protested, speak against it while we're in darkness. There was only a time we led a protest in Ore to catch the attention of the federal government. It's due to the nonchalant attitude of federal government. That is why we are still in darkness.
Federal government.
Yes, it's not state government though.
Really?
Yes, it's not. People are saying it's state government issue.
Well, because
It's only the only thing is that the state government can come in to rescue their people. You get what I'm saying? The issue of that was because they said the people of Ondo South owed some certain amount of money to the providers of electricity.
money.
Yes, the BDC. Yes, I know the story from A to Z.
But they have past governors, they have legislatives, they have traditional rulers.
Yes.
What are they doing about it?
Well, with all due respect, some of them have taken steps. I remember the former House of Rep member, I call him Monego. He took a step then. He took some prominent sons and daughters of Adekanle land. They went to Abuja, and then the BGEC, who are the provider of the electricity, they are in Benin, and they came out that they are owing. But I think as you speak now, to be candid with you, that there are lights in some areas in Ondo South. It has been partially resolved, because right now, because it took a long time, light has not operated in all those cables and whatever, and the pillars.
15 years.
Yes.
It's almost 20 years.
So now they are now re-erecting the poles and putting on the cables for light. But some part of Adekanle is having light. But actually, my own town of Irele, we don't have light for now, because I was at home. But I made my inquiries, and I think it's likely being resolved. It's on the verge of being resolved.
I felt very pain because I am from Adekanle.
Okay, really?
Yes, I'm from Adekanle. I could remember 4 years ago when we went for my mom's burial. I was just like, yes, it's 20 years, it's not even 15 years. Because when we went for the burial, they were saying like that they have not gotten life for 15, I think it's 15 years or so. Yeah, 15 years. And my mom is 4 years. They said that's 19 years. Going to 20 years. Nílùú tó ní ọba tó ní joyè. And we have governors. No.
It was beyond most of them, because that we're talking about almost hundreds of millions of naira.
But they have allocations now.
Yeah, they have. But it depends. Actually, I'm not speaking for them, but it depends on what their priority is all about. But people like us, we talked and talked. We shouted. I was in the radio about it. I have a platform even about it, and all those stuff. Because let me tell you, it's unfortunate that we are suffering that in Nigeria, because that area, that local government, that tribe in Kale, is supposed to be treated with velvet glove. I will tell you the reason. Because the second largest deposit of bitumen in the whole world is lying in Adekanle land.
You see? Very hardworking set of people too.
The bitumen you're having there can sustain Nigeria in the next 100 of years.
Can you imagine?
Yes, because Canada, who is the largest, depend on bitumen for their GDP, more than 40% of it. Yes, but because we have a government that is not willing to invest. He's not willing to invest for the future. What they are after is just the oil that is coming out in the Niger Delta and part of Ondo State. That's what they are after. But we are telling them that the bitumen in a Adekanle land can turn Nigeria into Dubai. That's a fact. We are the second largest in the whole world. And this is who Venezuela have bitumen. They are depending on bitumen. Venezuela, Canada, they are depending on bitumen. Most of their money comes from bitumen. Their spendings come from bitumen. And we have that in Adekanle land. But nobody's talking about it. Simply because it's capital intensive. But I will give kudos to Senator Jimoh Ibrahim.
Yes, I was about talking
about
it.
Yeah, that's representing us in Ondo.
Yes.
He was the first person that brought the issue, understand, on the floor of the Senate for legislation.
Okay.
To be backed by law. Because I will now realize that all what I've been doing all this while, just nothing, because there is no any law backing it. It was Senator Jimoh Ibrahim, CFR, that brought it out, that discussed it on the floor of the Senate, and now I think it's almost in the final stage. So when they have the law backing it, then we cannot source for investors. It's a big time project. It's a colossal investment.
Wow.
Yes, we're talking of bitumen in the second largest in the whole world. It can survive Nigeria for hundreds of years.
Wow.
But nobody's talking about it, because we in this part, I told you, our DNA is always this: we want to have it and eat it. We don't want to plan for the future. And that's why we are where we are today. Because if I plan for the future, the canopy, the granite pyramid in Kano will still be in existence. The palm oil in the east will still be booming. Because the nation that came to take our city to go and plant in their own country is booming for them.
Wow.
The cocoa today will still be booming. The Bonvita, the Milo they are producing, we have been producing them ourselves with our own resources, with cocoa. We have a lot of cocoa in Ondo State.
Yes, I know that. I know.
So a lot of things like that we neglected simply during the discovery of oil in Oloibiri in 1968 or something. We forgot about every other thing and we faced oil. And they forgot that oil, as predicted, in the next 50 years or so, or 100 years, that oil will dry off.
Yes.
And apart from that, even the oil itself, that's a petrol or whatever, crude oil, will invent in a short while with technology. It may not be marketable the way it is, because the advent of electric cars, electric bikes, electric this power that the Tesla of this world is coming up. Nobody will be buying PMS to power their vehicle. But I speak to you now, about 20% of vehicles running in Canada, they are running on electric.
Whoa.
Yes, they are running electric. So we should have the idea of diversifying maintenance culture and keeping what we have. We have a lot of resources in Nigeria,
yes, I know,
to make us Dubai of this world.
I know we have a lot of minerals.
A lot of mineral resources. Is it the gold? Is it the columbite? Name it. A lot, but we are not ready to do it. Cash crop too. Understand? We can be exporting yam. We have the soil for it. We can be exporting gari. We have cassava everywhere. But all we are looking for is oil, oil, oil. If we face agriculture in this country,
Yeah.
I can tell you, Nigeria can feed the whole of Africa.
That's true. Because the Hausas, they are very, very good.
We have a lot of things we can do, but we are not thinking out of the box. All we are after is just, where is the oil, where is the money to borrow from abroad, how do we spend it? Without, so tell me why our naira will not crash. What are we exporting?
Nothing.
What are we exporting to counter the naira? Nothing. Is it the one you export to get naira, to get dollar back,
Yes.
that will strengthen your own naira?
Yes.
But we are only exporting our own naira to buy dollar. So it will continue to crash. There's no magic you can do about it until we have something we are taking outside to bring in dollar earnings.
Um, on this section, because on this show we have this lady box game that we usually play because of the way the country is right now. We try to reach out to one or two people in our own little way. But from our lady box, you have to pick one, and it is going to be on your name. And you tell us the area you want us to go and do it. Then we'll just go ahead and do that. Just reach out to the lady. Just reach out to them.
Yeah, no problem. I've been doing that.
I know you have been doing
you know, because I believe in one thing. If you are blessed, bless others, and then you know that you can even give, that you can even give, that you can even get to give. Is you just by God. Don't put you or fail alone. You're just being privileged. If you have to give, you're just being privileged. It's not because you are so smart than those that doesn't have. It's just because God chooses to bless you. Because it's in the Bible, God says I choose to bless I choose to bless whom I want to bless.
Yes.
So if you fall in that category that God has blessed you, you should be able to extend it to people that have not enjoyed that gesture from God.
Sorry, before we bring up the reading books, where did you go, and how does that affect you? Because Jaf, the lion of the tribe of Ilere kingdom, the Jaf, where did you grow, and how does that? How does that affect you? How does that affect your growing?
Yeah, my growing. I grew up in the ghetto. Yes. I was born in Irele.
Okay.
And at a very tender small age, I think I'm less than 1 or 2. I was brought to Lagos. And that Lagos I was brought to wasn't the urban Lagos. I was brought to Morocco. Morocco, what they have now is now called Lekki, whatever now. It was Morocco then. There was no light, there was no road, so it was a ghetto. Yes, you have to jump from our door when there is rain. You have to put block for erosion to move out of the house. Even sometimes the flood get into the rooms. You have to, that's how I grew up.
Wow.
Yes, we have to use bucket to drain water out of our room. Yes, that's where I grew up from.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And then the noise of frog is what wakes up every morning.
Really?
Yeah, because we live, it's like a swamp area. That's Lekki. Is it not Lekki now? Yeah, Ajah Lekki. That place was called Morocco.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. So I'm a ghetto person, and that's why I'm still to tomorrow. The ghetto is still me.
Would you like to share your experience with us? Because on this show too, we learn from people's experience, and it teaches us different way of life. We have different types of people these days. In fact, let me just say, we children of nowadays, the way we are fast tracking our destiny, our Lord, So can you just share a very little of your experience? Maybe when some people listen to you, they won't just think, Jeff woke up one morning and he started making money and he just around in Canada.
No. You see, I'm a very factor person, and I use my experience to encourage people. I told you I grew up in Morocco, and then it was not easy. It wasn't easy, but one thing I held into is hope. I have driven taxi to survive in Lagos here. I have driven taxi to survive, right? And A lot. If I want to tell you my story, it will take a long tales to tell you. But I am this kind of person that is a shocker of one lifestyle. Tomorrow, I still mix with the ghetto. I like the ghetto life because I want to feel. I know I feel it, so I feel their impulse. So it's not strange to me. I have been on the street begging before. I'm stranded. I want money. You know, I have done it before. When I say good thing, I just laugh. I'm going to some place. I lost my money. I have done it before. You don't go where. I have begged on the street before. I have gone for an interview where I felt I want to go and work, and I didn't get the work. I didn't get that job, and I'm stranded, and I have to go back. Then I was still in Egypt. I want to go back, and I got to Oshodi. I have to start begging. I have to lie at. You know what I mean? Or lie because I want to get money to get to the next destination. So there's no anything in the ghetto I don't know because I passed through them. I have passed through all that, and that makes me to have the spirit of giving. So when you see a grown man say joy, I'm not walking on. When I look at your eyes, I know this is real. I know what is real from what is not real. When I know this is real, that this guy or this lady is in serious trouble, he needs help, I'll help. Because I passed through that stage.
Wow.
Yeah. So if I want to tell my story, it's a long story. I told you, look, where we stay is in the room where your mother stay, your father stay, you stay, where in the evening you have to, if you want to sleep, you have to move the center table and put mat on the floor to sleep. And sometimes maybe when it's the floor, maybe there is rain, it's the water that is coming to you know to wake us up from the mat. Right? So Morocco is there. Many people watching me will know what I'm talking about. Morocco, I went to government college Morocco. Government college Morocco, that's our school where you have, I think there is Mobile, whatever there now, some field area, the school is there. You know, I did a little part there before my father relocated back to Raleigh, where I now went back to Raleigh again, another ghetto. So all my life from Morocco here to back to Ondo State in Raleigh, they are all ghetto life. Understand? And that ghetto life shaping me. It really molded me to be who I am today. Yes. So I'm just myself. You can see me, I can eat in Sheraton today and tomorrow I'll eat in the roadside. I want to catch the flavor. Yes. I don't eat there. I say, look, that's what I ate before I grew up. So what is there?
So can you just say hello to your fans in Adekanle? We are not speaking English again. Because I think so you will go that.
Adekanle, mo gbọ́ káyọ̀ dáná. Síbi sọ ọmọlé mo wá ní.
Mo fẹ́ máa kọ́ kalẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ gbére dè.
Ọmọlé ẹ̀wẹ́ mi kí n ha o tèmi ní Ìkálẹ̀ ní po mà kí n ha o àwọn ọlọ́balọ́ba ń ha jò yìí mo kí n ha ní po olófò Òrèlè kingdom ọba kábíyèsí ti Ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ mo kí ọ ọmọọba Ike Olújìmí Adekanle the lion of the tribe of Òrèlè kingdom mo kí n ha o nílé àwọn ọba káyọ̀ ní po mo kí n ha o. Mo lè kiri di ara tèmi nílé lóko èmi ọmọ Angani ọmọ Olújìmí ọmọ Adekanle Ìjọ̀ká ní àdúgbò Gbóróyè Ládòkun ní òde Ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ ọmọ bá mi kí ayò lágbára náà ní ẹfẹ́ ní Ìkálẹ̀ láti wá wọ̀ ọ̀dà ayọ̀lẹ̀ yìí ọ̀dà dúdú yẹn gbọ́ fà ń kọ yìí yẹn fẹ́ jẹ́ àjèrè ẹ̀ ní adájẹ lójú ayé o ní fọfọ ọ̀dà nàgbà bú nílé nìkanlẹ̀ dédé kó yẹn pè ní bítúmẹ̀nì yìí ọ̀dà dúdú yìí àdá gbádùn ẹ̀ lágbára lọ́wọ́ àjùjálẹ̀ àdá make sure àdá rí pé ọ̀fi àwa bá wa kó ọ̀dà yẹn ọ̀dà owó ìyàkà mú iye bọ̀ fún àwọn àwọ̀ àtàwọn máa wá àtàwọn wa ní ilẹ̀ kálẹ̀ àmúṣoríire torí pé èyí ẹ̀ka jù à nílẹ̀ kálẹ̀ èdè wa nílẹ̀ kálẹ̀ ẹ̀ka jù à gédégédé èyí gédégédé ẹ̀ka jù à o èyí o wọn fà ní ibẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀ mú yìí ẹ̀ ní bá mú yìí ẹ̀ má sí bọ́lá ayẹyẹ yàrá so ìmọ̀ wọn ẹni kí wọ́n yóò àwọn àpòwé ulé sì tèmi ní mo kiri dídí ẹran rẹ mi pátápátá Ekonoka. Dídá ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ní mo kí o. Èmi ọmọ Anya. Ọmọọba Olújìmí Adekanle. Ìyẹn pè ní ẹkùn ti dédé ìlú Ìrèlè. Ọmọ kí ọ.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Ilé ìgbọ́ kálẹ̀ kúkú.
Mo máa wí gbọ́ ìkálẹ̀ àbọ̀ ló rá ní èmi ìkálẹ̀ àbọ̀ lè pè láyé èmi ọmọ ilé gangan mo wáyé ọmọ ilé gangan bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. When you move, I should pick one, right?
Yes, pick.
I'll pick this now. Food items and money for 20 people.
Yes, and you tell us where you want us to distribute it.
Well, I can't tell you where you distribute it. I will just use it. No, I don't. Everybody is important, no matter where you are. Human beings are one over the world. So, where you are going to give the food items doesn't matter to me, in as much as it reaches the people that need them.
So how do you enjoy your leisure time? How do you enjoy it?
Well, my leisure time, I play golf, and I play lawn tennis. So most time I play golf when the weather is okay, and then when it's in Canada, when it's snow time, I play the indoor lawn tennis. Yeah, so that's what I do basically. That's my leisure.
Really, just that.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're in Nigeria. How do you enjoy yourself?
Well, I move around. It's a place I'm not here all the time. So this time I'm here, I use it to visit friends and move around to see places in Lagos and get to some other areas of interest. Like I just want to just have my fun for this little time I have here. Apart from politicking, as you know, when I came in, I was in Ondo State, where we just concluded the governorship election, which I'm very much involved with Mr. Governor. And anyway, you have corrected me at the beginning of this program. Well, we won our election, which has never happened before. 18 local government won without, all the government we won it landslide, which means we really worked and the governor too worked very well. And so that has really occupied me throughout my stay, the politicking. I came in, I have to go around to educate the people why they should vote for Mr. Governor, all this stuff. I did all that, and during the election period too, I was busy with other media houses and all this stuff, And that was what occupied me until after the election. Now I have to have a rest and look around before going back to my basic. Yeah.
Thank you for honoring our invitation, Prince Jimmy Adekanle.
Thank you.
You're welcome once again.
It's my pleasure.
All right, we have come to the end of today's show. Join us next week for another edition of Talk to Junior's show. But before then, be good and stay blessed. Bye.